of virtual health program. I want to say thank you very much indeed for being around here. You've shown that you're a lover of health. Nonetheless, one thing that you may probably do is to give the link to someone. You send the link to a friend, a family member, a co-worker, an enemy, somebody. Tell that person that it is important for him to be able to be part of this. Now, can you please tell me your names, okay? Because I want to use this as a way to welcome everybody. Just type your first name so that I know that you are there. I know that you're not just logged in and watching the crowd, but you are right here. So can you type your name and where you connected from? Please type your name and where you connected from, okay? Imagine I tell you to type your name and where you connected from. You will not be sick again, okay? Type your name and where you connected from. And then let's use that as a way to connect with people, okay? Because this is not only me talking, this is you listening. When you listen to me, I become much more emboldened and be able to release my entire esophageal framework into your auditory canal. All right, you have Erica Musa from Tema, you have Sir Aaron Buffy from Cape Coast, you have Johnny Bonzi from Tema, okay? The rest of you who are around us, you may be able to do the same thing. And we will get started. We'll get started. I have Dr. Kojo Danso here. You have Dr. Gloria San here. We've got a lot of other incredible people who are around. They will be sharing some of the incredible points of health buffet with us right here. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Sari. I'm a doctor, I'm a professor. I'm in the University of Ghana, Legon. I'm also a visiting professor in Stellenbosch University in South Africa and Warwick University in the UK. I am a scientist in the area of toxicology as well. So I'm able to give you an advice on how you can take care of yourself against toxins that accumulate. Welcome, Dr. Prosper Tetedo from the UK, London, a specialist psychiatrist who is also in our midst, Owuahine Achampong Bismarck from Kumasi, and Mercy Ando from Kumasi, from Winnipeg. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have all of you here, and it is a pleasure to learn. Knowledge is the only asset that multiplies all other assets. So some of the things you're going to learn here might change the way we perceive health. All right, so the first thing I want to put across is that everybody is sick, just that you don't know yet. Everybody. Every single person is sick, especially between the ages of 20 to 200. That person is sick. Now, the sickness is not a small sickness, it's a big one. It's a big one. And it can cause something we know as cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is no respecter of anybody. I have seen children, 21, 22. When you go to Google, just type footballers who died, okay, on the field, live, footballers who died on the field. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. You'll see Wikipedia will list over 12,000 footballers who have died whilst they were playing the football. Whilst they were playing the football. Why? With a footballer who is more athletic, strengthening, agile, acrobatically precocious. Why will a footballer like that just go? Do you remember Mark Vivian Foy? Cameroon and Colombia, they were playing football. The gentleman collapsed on the field. He died. Ericsson, Denmark, Finland were playing the last European Cup. The gentleman moved backwards and he collapsed. He was put on invertible defibrillator. He almost died. And several other people have gone through similar things. So take care of your health. But how do you do that? Before you do that, I want to share something with you. There is a part of the human body is all being oxidized. Every single human being is undergoing something known as oxidation. Oxidation is commonly seen among plants and animals, especially among plants and among non-living things. Cut an apple into two, split it open. The apple comes into contact with oxygen. The apple begins to rust. The apple is in contact with oxygen. The process is known as oxidation. The apple is rusted. Do the same thing to yam. Cut it into two. After a few hours, you see that it turns brownish. That is what? Oxidation. So what is oxidation? When it comes to metals, let's say blade, you leave some blade down. After some few days, what happens? The blade begins to rust because the blade is in contact with oxygen. But it's strange, oxygen is good for the body. So how come when you come into contact with oxygen, anything that comes into contact with oxygen will rust? Anything that comes into contact with oxygen will rust. Human beings, we don't just come into contact with oxygen, we breathe in the oxygen. We breathe in, human beings, we breathe in the oxygen. And as long as you are breathing in the oxygen, what's going to happen? You are rusting. You are rusting. But you see, you don't see the rusting with your naked eye, but over time, the rusting will manifest themselves in diseases. Let me show you something. There are several professors and doctors across the world who have recognized that this rusting leads to multiple diseases in the human body. Now, sometimes we even make the rusting worse by taking in a lot of medicines. As you take in a lot of medicines, the rusting process even increases by more. Why? Listen to Professor Peter Grejan as he speaks briefly on 18 seconds, the danger of taking constant medication, which increases this destructive rusting process.
My name is Peter Grejan. I'm a director of the Nordic Cochrane Center in Copenhagen and professor of research design and analysis at the University of Copenhagen. 2 years ago, I found out that our prescription drugs are the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. Our drugs kill around 200,000 people in America every year.
So our drugs kill around 200,000 people in America every year. How many people do you think they kill in Ghana, in the UK, in Nigeria, in Liberia? If 200,000 people are dying every year in the US, how many do you think? And they are dying because of what? Accumulation of drugs. Taking several antihypertensive and anti-diabetic drugs over time destroy the human cells, and oxidation increases by significant manner. Okay. Stress has affected 35% of adults everywhere in the world. On Monday morning, the heart attack rate rises by 35%. On Monday morning, people die on a Monday than any other day in the week. Why? Because of a buildup of stress. 39% of adults are overweight. And all of these will manifest themselves in heart attack, Alzheimer's, stroke, lung cancer, stress. If somebody says stress is normal, it's not normal. 12.2 million people die of stress every year. No, I mean 12.2 million people die of stress every year. That is more than the population of Togo 3 times. So we need a way to handle that. Now let me share something very briefly. You know, the thing that causes the damage is known as what? Oxidation. Now, oxidation destroys the cells. So we need something that will fight that destruction, that free radicals, and that is known as antioxidant. You see, antioxidation is against oxidation. And there are several antioxidants. Some of them are outside the body. So on the screen on my bottom right, the things you see, vitamin E, vitamin C, these are antioxidants. They fight the stress, they fight diseases. Outside, these things, you can only get them outside the body. Carotenoids, you can get it outside the body. Alpha lipoic acid, you can get it outside the body. But you see, the body doesn't do well with things that are outside it and you're giving it to it. The body will do better when the solution is from inside. So let's say you have headache. Okay, you will take aspirin to deal with a headache. You take paracetamol to deal with a headache. But then there's a way you can deal with a headache internally. Take a glass of water. The human body is able to regurgitate and then deal with the headache internally. So if you have an internal solution, deal with it. So there are antioxidants that are inside the body. The most powerful of all is glutathione. Of course, you have albumin. bilirubin, glucose, and other things inside the body. But the most powerful of all is glutathione. Glutathione. Glutathione is a powerful antioxidant in the human body. It strengthens the immune system, reduces inflammation, slows down aging, and supports several other things. Glutathione is currently the only thing that can improve the mental function of the body, the physical libido of the body. Glutathione is inside your body already. It solves the problem already. But why is it that we still get the problem even though glutathione is already inside the body? And that is the most significant aspect of what we plan to discuss today. Now, Dr. Gloria Ansah is a specialist doctor in the University of Ghana. Okay? And she has been one of the instrumentalists, in championing the use of glutathione and several other things across the world. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Dr. Gloria Ansah share some incredible things. But before he comes, I want to share something related to this glutathione. It protects you against HIV. It protects glutathione, which you already have inside you. It allows the body to fight 74 diseases. And I will show you some of the diseases very soon, okay? Allows the body to fight 74 diseases, like obesity. If you have a lot of glutathione inside your body can fight obesity. Your body can fight hepatitis, HIV, brain tumor, cancer, every form of cancer, prostate, neuropsychological diseases like migraine, Alzheimer, Parkinson. If you have a lot of glutathione in your body. So what is that glutathione? It's a little molecule made up of glycine, cysteine, and glutamine. And it's so powerful that it recycles all other antioxidants in the body. And so the more you have it, the greater. But the problem is that as we age, as we grow, especially from age 20, the glutathione level begins to drop. Okay. So as you can see on the charts, the glutathione level drops every year by 1.5%. Now remember, the glutathione is the only thing that fights oxidation. But it's dropping, it's dropping, it's dropping, it's dropping every single year. So by the time you are 55 years, you have reduced the glutathione level by almost 45%. And so the body is not able, you see, that is why when people are growing, when a person is growing, his ability to fight diseases get weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker because the molecular defenses are going down. A lot of people don't have this knowledge. And so what they do is that they take in more medicines. But the medicines even deplete the glutathione further. Ladies and gentlemen, the more medications you take, the more the glutathione level will drop. And so many doctors, many professionalized doctors, they recommend you taking less medications. Don't take it, but don't be dependent on medicines. There are some people, they have the medicines in their car boot. Now, why does the glutathione level go down? It goes down because of stress, because of medicines, because of bad food, because of the environment. The mobile phone you are using today produces 41 notches of radioactive isotopes. And you put a mobile phone on your ear, at every maximum of 30 minutes, your brain is containing radioactive isotope. Radiation is entering your mind. It's been predicted that by the year 2055, many people will be having brain tumor because of what? Mobile phone. All of these things deplete the glutathione level. And so this man known as Professor Nagasawa, he's a professor of several years. He has over 100 papers. He's a professor of medicine, medicinal toxicology, immunology, pathology, several specialisms. And this man, together with thousands of doctors, created something that can raise the glutathione level. See, you remember we said that the glutathione level, the glutathione is the only thing that can fight diseases, that can fight oxidation, that can fight free radicals. But it's going down, it's going down. And so you need to bring it up. No medicine can bring the glutathione up. No medicine, and I want to repeat this, a lot of people don't know, many medical doctors agree with this. No medication can raise the level of glutathione level except ribosine. Ribosine is the only revolutionary compound. After 25 years of research, ribosine was born. It was born into the world of the United States in 2007. And ribosine currently is the only thing which when you take, it allows the body to produce a lot of the molecular glutathione levels. It is a plant-based thing. It is not medicine. It is not a drug. It is not designed to cure any particular disease. What it does rather is to allow your body to produce its own medicine. And when that happens, the body can fight major health problems. It's been endorsed. The FDA across the world, US, Ghana, Nigeria, Australia, Canada, has endorsed it. There are several articles. Okay? Tens and hundreds of articles have been written to support the power of this ribosine. Now, for those of you who know that COVID-19 has taken the minds of the world, COVID-19 has been found to go down in the body of people who have raised their glutathione levels. And we know that ribosine is the only thing that raises the glutathione level by 300% more than the next best alternative. And that next best alternative is known as N-acetylcysteine, which was engineered by the same group of professors. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to introduce all of us who know and those who don't know that ribosine is a powerful. I'm now going to introduce Dr. Glorensa. He's going to share the connection between glutathione and hypertension and how if you are able to raise your glutathione level, your hypertension level is highly connected to that. Dr. Glorensa, please, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Doc.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce Dr. Glorensa. He's a specialist doctor in the University of Ghana, and he will take us through briefly the connection between hypertension and glutathione. Doc, we are all ears.
All right. Thank you very much, Doc, and good evening to all our listeners. It's a pleasure to have you all here. And like Dr. Asare said earlier on, we have heard a lot of things about glutathione and oxidation and oxidative stress, you know. And like he said, as for oxygen, that's why we breathe in oxygen. We need the oxygen. We need the oxygen in our body to facilitate a lot of reactions that go in our body, go on in our body, so that the normal reactions, the energies that we need, the things that we do, so that the organs of the body can function well. So we cannot do without oxygen. But when the oxygen goes in and the processes take place, then some of the oxygen end up on their own and become radicals, free radicals that cause damage. You know, so that is where the oxidative stress comes from. And the oxidative stress is when there's too much of those oxygen species, which we call the reactive oxygen species in the blood, you know. And what glutathione does and all the other antioxidants they do is to pick up these ROS, which sorry, I think my line dropped. So the more glutathione you have, the more your body is able to deal with the excess oxygen species or the free radical that cause the disease. And there's a lot of literature that suggests that when you have excessive production of these ROS, they contribute to hypertension, you know, because of the way they affect the brain, the way they affect the vessels, the blood vessels, and then the way they also affect the kidneys, you know. And so all these, whatever the oxygen species do, whatever the free radicals do in the brain, they initiate certain reactions. And these reactions have been found to be related to hypertension. so that where there's excessive oxidative stress, there's also hypertension. For people who already have hypertension, it becomes more difficult to control. And for people who don't have, then it goes up. And one of the key causes of hypertension, one of the things that we relate to hypertension is aging. You know that as you age, a lot of people just, for no reason, they get hypertension. And one of the reasons is related to the fact that the glutathione levels are going down, and therefore the activity of the free radicals goes up. Stress is the other one. You know, a lot of stress causes hypertension. You know, so these are things that, and then the other thing is, we say infection also causes the glutathione levels to go down, because once the body is fighting the infection, the body uses up the glutathione a lot more. You know, and then the process of all that, dealing with that excess free radicals also facilitates the problem of, or aggravates the problem of hypertension. So these are things that we should really be aware of and know how to protect ourselves, because Dr. Sari said from the beginning, you don't wait till the problem is there that you want emergency solutions. It is always better you have the knowledge and then you deal with them. So key points is that oxidative stress is considered a major mechanism in hypertension. So how do you reduce oxidative stress? Have a lot of glutathione. So if there's an opportunity to improve your glutathione levels, please go for it. And then the formation of these reactive oxygen species contribute to the dysfunction of the vessel, that's the vasculature, the kidneys, and in the brain. Those are the things that work together, and we talk about cardiovascular diseases and all that, which is one of the top problems globally, you know. And we also, the last point is that the inflammation that happens with infections, you know, also the body's reaction to fight them can cause hypertension. So these are things we want to get ourselves aware of, because once you have the knowledge, then you can use it, change your lifestyle, take certain decisions, and invest in your health and make sure that you are healthy. You know, this picture just depicts how the reactions of the reactive oxidative species, that is the free radicals, you know, once you are fighting infections, the impact on the brain, the impact on the blood vessels, the impact on the kidneys, and how they also work together to aggravate the problem of hypertension. So it is said that a word to the wise is enough. So this one, we just want to make people aware that there are options that you can do. There are, you have, there are decisions you can take now to improve your health and make sure you live a healthy life. There are lots of things we don't have control over when it comes to our health. But the things that we have control over, please let's take advantage and make sure that we do that. So the glutathione-related antioxidants, let us make sure that we strengthen that in our body to also strengthen the body, put the body in the position to protect itself from all the possible diseases. You know, Doc mentioned HIV and COVID. Those are viral illnesses. When it comes to viral illnesses, the body falls mostly on the immune system. So once your immune system is strong, and the immune system is made up mainly of the glutathione and other antioxidants to pick up all these things. So that is how the glutathione helps you to build up your immune system, boost your immune system, and fight these viral illnesses. And we have testimonies of how the glutathione has helped people, you know, the ribosine has helped people go through these things, improve the outcomes when it comes to HIV and COVID. Thank you very much, Doc. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Gloria. I knew you do justice to this, because she has been one of the instrumentalists when it comes to several infectious diseases across this country. This lady has done a lot of great work, not only in the University of Ghana, but across the country. She's a specialist, a very powerful specialist when it comes to all kinds of, you know, health challenges, and even including infectious disease. So when you are getting that kind of knowledge from people like this, then you know that you are gaining a lot. So ladies and gentlemen, currently the only thing that is helping a lot of people to raise their level of glutathione is the ribosine technology. Ribosine technology. And we've indicated it took 25 years for this to happen. And today, I am privileged to be one of those in the organizations across the world, together with several other people, some of them are on this screen, who are using the ribosine to augment the level of glutathione in their body. The first person I gave the ribosine to was my mother. Both parents are about 80 years old. My mother and father had hypertension and diabetes. These have been with them for over 21 years. They were taking all kinds of medication, about 6 medicines, to be able to control that. I decided to give them this ribosine. And the ribosine's job was not to go and cure the hypertension. No, it was not to cure the diabetes. No, it was simply to raise the level of the glutathione. You remember I told you that it starts going down from age 20. So imagine somebody is 81. Okay? By the time the person is 81, much of the molecular glutathione levels have gone down. And so when I gave them the ribosine, it started raising the glutathione level significantly. By 93 days, they had to go for a checkup. And then a doctor in Sacramento called me and told me that, Doc, I think your mother's diabetes isn't being found. And what I want to do is to do another check in 3 months to see. We did it in 3 months and then 6 months. And then a year later, that 16 years of diabetes wasn't found anymore. Now, of course, there may be other factors involved, but her molecules went up significantly. And today she's a diabetes-free lady. Okay. My father, the same thing, had hypertension and the same. So guys, the most important thing is to hear from some of our people who have used the ribosine and have benefited from it. So let me just give the first chance to anybody, please, if you have used this product before, just raise your hand for me. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you hear from the mouth of several people. Let us hear from ourselves, know the importance of this so that we have the audacity of dead cockroach to tell other people that this thing is good. Okay? So let's listen to anybody who has used it before so that a person can share his testimony or his story with us. Sefako, are you there? You told me that you have something to share. If you can unmute yourself, you can share your story with us. Sefako, if you are there.
Yes, sir, I'm around.
Please go ahead.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Sefako Akli. All right. I was introduced to ribosine. That was somewhere last year. I was a little skeptical. I was not too sure because I had a condition. Sorry, I had this cold, and it was that serious. It was very severe, to the extent that when I had to go out, I had to pack my bag with lots of handkerchiefs before going out. I couldn't stand scents, strong perfumes, particles, powder, all sorts of things. So I was extra careful whenever I was out. But when I started taking the product, I realized that in the first few days, I didn't react to these substances anymore. I didn't even notice it. I didn't realize it. So a week after, I realized that, people can spray around me, but I wouldn't sneeze. I will not react badly to it. So I continued taking it. And to date, I don't react. I don't have that severe or serious common cold again. And again, whenever I took granates, I love granates a lot. So whenever I took granates, I realized that my eyes always itched. I could itch, scratch, or rub my eyes severally. But I realized that after being on this product, I can take as much granite as I want, but I'll not react to it anymore. We thank God for those amazing products. I recommend it to everybody. Let's all try it. Well, give a try to it. And you also have marvelous testimonies. Thank you so much. Back to you, Prof.
Thank you so much, Loretta, for this wonderful testimony. Now let me go to Dr. Prosper Tetedo. Doc, are you there? You are in London.
I'm here. Well,
yes, please briefly tell us your brief testimony that you have. Dr. Do. Dr. Do, are you there? Okay. I think we are yet to get him. So let me go to Bertha Otu. Okay, let me go to Bertha. Bertha, if you can please unmute yourself and then share your testimony with us.
Okay, I can hear you well.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Bertha Otu. Somewhere 2018, latter part of 2018, I was having heartburn issues. So normally what I do is I mix, my mom calls it concoction. So I mix milk with raw egg before I can have a better sleep. Each time I want to have a rest. Because I was working at a filling station for 4 years. So due to the chemical reaction of the fuel, I had that issue. So 2018, latter part of 2018, I was invited to a seminar. Mine was the face-to-face one at the office. So I told my friend that since this is good and people are giving their testimony, then it's time for me to also give out mine. So 2019 January, I got myself a pack of ribosine. I started it. The first week, I didn't do my usual concoction. So mom was like, hey, Ajwa, I said, meaning the things that I've been mixing, I didn't do it in the course of the week. What's going on? So I told her that there's this product that I'm using and it has caused this great change in me. Mom also has an issue with a menstrual cycle. It will take her about 3 months before the next one will come. So I gave it to her. The following month, she had her normal flow, continues. I was like, wow, then this thing is really good. So from 2019 to date, Mom has been having her usual flow. And for me, no heartburns. I sleep and I sleep very well. Thank you very much. So this ribosine is very good, very, very good. Back to you, Doc.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Bertha. Thank you so much. You have been one of the instrumentalists sharing this great opportunity of health with several people across the world. Okay. All right, let me go to Georgina Ehelagwe. She is in the UK. Georgina, if you can hear me, just unmute yourself and then share your story with us. Georgina, are you there? Georgina, yes.
Yes, Doc. Yes, Doc.
Please,
I'm here.
please go ahead.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
Yeah. In 2020, my friend Kathy in London sent me the link to watch, but I just pushed it aside. She called, I said, no, I haven't watched. Then she sent the second link. I didn't watch. Then she sent the third link. And I said, oh, Kathy is really bothering me. So let me just watch this link. And when she calls me, I'll be able to tell her I have watched. Not knowing that something was really coming my way, which was going to save me. After watching the link, I found out that I was having severe, excruciating pain in both knees to the extent that I couldn't climb the steps. When I sit down, my grandchildren have to pull me up. When I lie in bed, I can't turn. And at times I'll get up and sit and cry because of the pain. I went to my GP. He put me on several painkillers. And as I was taking the painkillers, I found that I was having pain in my liver. But then I couldn't stop because of the pain. So when I got hold of this knowledge that something is like this, I quickly told her I wanted to buy a pack. So I bought the pack, started it. Within 2 weeks exactly, I was able to walk, I was able to jump, I was able to sleep well, turn in bed. No one was pulling my hand. My grandchildren were all happy. I said, this is a miracle. I said, Kathy, what should I? She said, oh, you can join the business. So I joined the business. And since 2020, August till date, I haven't stopped taking this ribosine technology. It is
Wow.
good. It is excellent, and I recommend it to anybody. In fact, when I went to Ghana in 2021, I found my husband too was not well, but he didn't tell me. And men are so stubborn at times. He doesn't like taking medication. So when I suggested it to him, he said he would think about it. But seeing the way I was so agile, and then he said, you become so young, you are looking nice, your shape and everything. I said, this is the thing. So I started heat on him on the 23rd of December. And till date, he's still taking it. And he is also recommending it to people. He has changed, all his pain is gone. He has energy to do things. I gave it to several people who are asthmatic when I went to Ghana. Some people were hypertensive, I gave it to them, and their BP has stabilized. In fact, this product is good.
Wow.
It's very good. And when I was in Ghana, I had COVID. And I was
Wow.
saying that if I had not been taking this product, I think I would have gone, because I'm a nurse myself. I knew it. But I think when I had the COVID, my immune system was built up by then. So I recommend it to everybody. In fact, when I recommend it, people will want to buy it, but they are talking about money. And I used to tell them, look, but if something happens that you go and borrow money to do it. So why don't you take it, go and borrow the money and take it, and it will solve a lot of problems. So this technology of ribosine is excellent, and I'll continue to take it till God calls me to glory.
Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thank you so much, Georgina. You have been instrumental. You've been one of the key instrumentalists in the United Kingdom, championing the use of this product all across the UK. So thank you so much. We appreciate the passion, the enthusiasm, and the zeal that you are putting it into. And that is because you have seen it with your own physical health. You've seen the benefit of that. Let me go to Dr. Prosper Tetedo. Dr. Do, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you. Prof, can you hear me?
Yes. So briefly share with us.
There's a network problem.
No problem. Briefly share with us your story.
All right. Thank you, Prof. I'm Dr. Prosper Tetedo. As he said, I'm based in the UK, licensed medical doctor in psychiatry. And I started using briefly. I was introduced to ribosine in May last year, and family member, and I started using it. And then sometime in September, I had COVID-19. And as a doctor, I was actually, when I had a COVID-19, I had a temperature, and I went to the hospital with my wife, and they separated me from my wife, of course. And when they tested, it was positive with the lateral flow and PCR, as we know. So I was in an isolation ward. And the good thing about this was that I took my ribosine with me, and also Max 357, which is another product. And so the doctors were giving me all the treatment that they were, but I also, when they've left the room, then I'll take my ribosine. And the good thing is that the oxygen that they gave me, I mean, those who know, they give about 2 liters, which is not very high per minute. But by the following 24 hours, they've reduced it to 1 liter. I was walking around in the room. I didn't need a ventilator. And it was just like a flu to me. And secondly, I mean, one thing that I noticed was that, I mean, the record time for a person to be in hospital is 300 days. I mean, that's the maximum. But the average is 3 weeks. But I spent only 7 days there. And actually, I was out. And when they were even discharging me, I said they should wait for my wife to come and collect me. They said, no, they need a bed. So they'll give me hospital transport. That was how well I was. So I came back, I'm home. And the second thing I'll say that I help ribosine, I mean, it also helps with the sickle cell. And I have sickle cell. I mean, I'm SC. And it's known that I was in shielding as part of I was considered as what they call the vulnerable group. And so I ticked all the boxes that I shouldn't go through this without without anything scarce. But thank God, I had the ribosine and I was taking it. And also I didn't have any crisis during that period. And they did all the things, the scans of my chest and all that. So they said, they confirmed that it was COVID pneumonitis. And I came out and I'm well, and I'm continuing to take the ribosine, and we, together with the 357, which is also good for me because of BP, which I haven't had a problem with since I've been taking it. So I recommend it to everyone. I'll say that, thank God, it's not a medicine, it's not a drug, as Prof has said, and my colleague, Dr. Ansa, too, has said, Gloria, thank you very much. It is a nutritional supplement. So you can take it with medicines you are taking, and the doctors will tell you one day that stop those medicines because things are improving. So yes, I'll recommend it to everyone. Thank you very much.
Lovely, thank you. Doc, I didn't even know that you are SC, and then despite the fact that you went into that COVID situation, that is very critical situation for SC people, sickle cell people, and yet you are able to go through the situation very nicely. So that is really, really recommendable, that your molecules were really rising as at that time. That's really interesting point to note. Thank you very much. Let me now go to Ernest Eklu. Ernest is our final person who will be sharing her story with us. Ernest, are you there, please?
Thank you.
Ernest, are you there? Ernest Eklu?
Yes, Prof, I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, Prof, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, great. The testimonies are amazing, and when we want to talk about all the testimonies, like we wouldn't finish. I mean, the testimonies are just a lot. During COVID time, well, I never tested for COVID. I was always taking the product. I never felt, there were a few times that maybe you feel like a bit of, maybe a bit of cold. And then when it happens, I increase the dose of my ribosine. I just increase the dose of my ribosine. And before you know it, the next day I feel good, no stress at all. But there was one critical thing about this ribosine that transformed my life. During my young days, I do a lot of sweeping, and we have a very big compound. And I bent down a lot to do this thing. And it got to a point where I started having severe waist pains. And for a young boy in your 20s, early 20s, having severe waist pains, it was very, very serious.
That doesn't speak positive things.
Exactly. And anytime you say it, adults are like, small boy like you having waist pain. So it got to a point you can't even say it because they keep if you don't feel comfortable saying it, so I just keep quiet and endure it and endure. But when I got to know about this product, I took it, and then wow, I felt a very deep relief. Ribosine just took the relief off, and since then I have been telling people about it, and I never cease to stop telling people about it. Just about 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine was complaining of insomnia, couldn't sleep. And I was like, oh, I have something that you could try. Just try it. It's not going to cure you, but just try it and tell me how you feel. I gave it to her. She took it. And then about 3 days later, I met her and I asked her, how is your sleep? She's like, wow, her sleep has actually increased. And she sleeps better now. And I was like, you see, I told you. So she continued taking it. She may never know. It may change a lot of other things in her. Yeah, so that's my testimony. It's great. And then I always recommend everybody to keep taking it.
Wow.
Keep taking it. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, our time is almost up. Otherwise, I know there are several other people who will be bombarding us with a lot of testimony. I have given this thing to over 10,000 people in 9 countries. If I were to tell you some of the incredible things that have happened, okay, we will not have time. But because of our time, somebody might be talking about what is the cost of this? What is the cost? So I just want to put the cost of the ribosine. We are not selling it here. Just speak to the person who has invited you here. That person will tell you everything about the cost, but this is the real cost of it. Ribosine comes in packs, and the bigger the price, the more the quantity of the items. The smaller the price, the less the quantity of the items. So there are several items. The majority of the items are 3 different items. 3 different items. So what you do is that you buy the pack, depending on your financial muscle, you buy the pack. The personal pack, which is $799, is the much recommended pack. That one will have the complete 3 items, and you'll be able to use it for a month. Within the first week and the first 2 weeks, you will see signs that ribosine is elevating your molecular structures. You will see, you feel it in you. Your energy level will rise, your mental capacity will improve, you wee more, you poo more, because that is a process of detoxification. And that will give you the same. Meanwhile, while this is happening, your molecules are rising, your glutathione levels are rising, okay? And so by 1 month, you would have seen. We normally recommend that a person should take it for a continuous period, okay? Depending on your metabolism, you take it for a minimum of 1 month, maximum of 9 months. After 9 months, you can continue taking it for your own personal well-being. I've been using this for 6 years. So these are the prices. If you're a family person, you can buy the entire family pack, which is called professional pack. Okay? That is about $446. Use it for all the members of the family. If you are a philanthropist, okay, you can buy the premier pack, okay, and give that one to all friends, families, co-workers, and even enemies, okay? And then you can be able to share most of this incredible thing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having all of you. I want to say thank you to everybody who has been part of this program. It's been a joyful moment to have every single person here. At this stage, please speak to the person who gave you this link, who invited you, and tell the person, I want to give it a start. I want to buy some for my mom, my dad, my family members. I want to use it for the rest of my life because it can take care